Shalom and welcome to the latest edition of KH News, coming to you from Jerusalem. Israel has just emerged from a tense and hard-fought election campaign. Yigal Palmor, Director of Public Affairs at the Jewish Agency and former senior diplomat, comments on the election and its various implications.
The results of the elections are no doubt a complete surprise to all, and most of all to the pollsters. But be that as it may, the results today show a clear-cut victory for Likud. Netanyahu will be the next Prime Minister of Israel. He's going to build a government majority that will probably be constituted of all the right-wing parties, maybe with one of the center parties, maybe not, that remains to be seen. I believe it is reasonable to expect continuity on foreign and defense policy, such as nuclear Iran, relations with the Palestinians, relations with the United States and Europe. Now, on the social and economic front, we will probably see new measures intended to tackle the rising cost of living and mostly the rising cost of housing. I think it is extremely difficult to predict at this point what the government policy regarding negotiations with the Palestinians will be like before the government is even constituted and before we have a government program. And Israel and the United States will need to work together and to put behind them all the differences and all the disagreements in order to find a way to secure their interests in this region. But it is clear that Israel will need to put its security at the top of its priorities as the tumultuous Middle East becomes less and less safe and reliable all around us. But one has to understand that all new initiatives will have to ascertain that security is the first priority for everyone concerned.
This past November, Kehilat B'nai Torah Synagogue in Jerusalem, a place of holiness, became a site of terror. While the worshippers were praying, terrorists burst in, shooting in all directions, trying to kill as many Jews as possible. Zaidan Saif, a brave policeman who was nearby, rushed in trying to stop them. He paid with his life. The courageous son of the Druze village, Yanuch Jat, left behind a wife, parents, and an infant daughter. Keren Hayesod-UIA donors decided to express their gratitude by ensuring that his little girl will get a higher education, stating that the Druze always have been and forever will be our brothers.
כולם אומרים שהוא גבר, הוא בן אדם שהיה אמיץ, הוא היה בן אדם טוב, הוא היה כל הזמן, כולם אוהבים אותו, כולם.
רצינו לומר לכם את מילות הנחמה והתודה, ולהעביר בעצם, אנחנו רק השליחים של התורמים הנדיבים, את הערכה וההוקרה והתודה שלהם, לכם, המשפחה שגידלה אותו.
ואנחנו מקווים אם מהמתנה הזאת תרגישו שאתם חלק ממשפחה גדולה, ושיש אנשים בכל רחבי העולם שתומכים בכם וחושבים עליכם כאחד מהמשפחה.
Allô, bonjour, ici Sarah Cohen de Paris. Que dois-je faire pour engager le processus d'aliyah de ma famille, s'il vous plaît?
Hundreds of inquiries like this are received at the Keren Hayesod-supported Jewish Agency call center in Jerusalem. The calls are answered by highly trained staff members. They are the first personal contact of the Olim with Israel.
כל אדם באשר הוא שרוצה לעלות למדינת ישראל, מגיע בסופו של דבר למרכז השירות הגלובלי, וכאן מתחיל תהליך העלייה שלו.
כשדיברתי עם יובל מסוכנות היהודית, אני כבר הרגשתי כמו אני בבית, כמו אני בארץ.
יש עלייה כמובן מאוקראינה בגלל המלחמה, ומרוסיה בגלל המצב הכלכלי הקשה.
בגלל הפיגוע, אז המספר שיחות נכנסות פתאום עלו. היה משהו מטורף. אנשים התקשרו בלחץ. אישית, אני דיברתי עם אנשים שבחרו לי בטלפון.
אנחנו עובדים
מאוד קשה בשביל לעזור לאנשים האלו, וממש מבצעי הצלה מאזורים האלה, כי הרבה פעמים לא מתאפשר בכלל לצאת, וזה נעשה ברכבים משוריינים.
שאתה יודע שבסוף השיחה הבן אדם רגוע, אתה מרגיש שעשית עבודת קודש, שעזרת לאנשים.
Keren Hayesod-UIA's Facebook page is an important tool for sharing information about Keren Hayesod. News reports, photographs of Israel and its people, and even recipes and many interactive items. The number of surfers on the Cage Facebook page is increasing rapidly. The page has already registered over 50,000 likes. Join us on Facebook. Support Israel, Keren Hayesod-UIA. From slavery to freedom. Pesach is around the corner. It's a family holiday, a joyous holiday, the harbinger of spring, a milestone on the Jewish people's path from oppression to becoming a sovereign people in its own land. Our best wishes for a happy Passover to the entire Jewish people and to supporters of Israel throughout the world. I'm Leah Zinder, saying thanks for joining us on this latest edition of Cage News, and Chag Sameach from Jerusalem.